Hey, everybody. I'm Kelly Ellers,
I'm Jeffrey Lonan.
and this is Volume Up by the Tees.
Calling all stylists who want to stay ahead of what's new now and next. This February, Hello Salon Pro teams up with the Beauty Fresh Crop to bring you the Top of the Crop box, a curated collection of standout products that defined the past year in beauty. Inside, you'll find award-winning color innovation from Covet Labs, including their Root Melt Color Collection brush, with a QR code to claim a complimentary Tease intro set, plus pro favorites like Aveda's High Lift Enlightener and 10-volume developer, Good Dye Young semi-permanent color in shade X-Girl, and a sleek, stackable organizer from Arachne. From seamless color and bold creativity to smarter station organization, this box is built for the salon chair. Head to the Tees.shop to get yours for just $34.99 or with a discounted subscription price of $24.99 plus shipping. Staying ahead means knowing what's next.
All right, Jeff, we've been up to a lot. I feel like we're 2 months into 26 and what?
Crazily enough, it felt like January was forever, and now I'm like, oh, and it's over. February is done, basically.
Yeah,
it's March.
basically.
But like, isn't that always the case with February? Doesn't it?
Yeah, it does for me because here's the thing. My birthday is on the 9th, and so it goes like this, something like this. Super Bowl, birthday, Valentine's Day. And it's whoop, there we go.
Yeah, that's ooh, that is,
I know.
That's really packing it in.
Yeah, I love it. It's great. I mean, it's like
wouldn't have it done any other way. Don't know it any other way.
So it's like a little, and I'm not one of those gals that's like birthday month, birthday week. Like I'm not that gal.
Yeah.
So, I do like my birthday though. It's kind of fun to hear from people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, happy belated birthday now that we're talking.
Thank you.
As you said, you're not a birthday girl, and now we're
Did you ever imagine
whole...
yourself, I'm not 50, but I will celebrate myself when I am.
Mm-hmm.
But like, remember back in the day, at least my mom and her friends, it was like when you turned 40, you were like, quote, over the hill.
Yes, over the hill, for sure.
And I think that
phrasing
is so fucking depressing.
Yes, but also I think we've done it differently.
Oh,
I mean, for sure. Like 40 is the new 30 is the
For sure.
I mean, yeah, and even 50, like 50 is, I mean, it's obviously
that's like
more
3 years away
age.
for me. And I do not feel 1 ounce of 35. I mean,
yeah. But that's the trick about this whole aging thing, isn't it? Like
is.
we look different, but we don't necessarily feel. I mean,
No.
we're really stumbling into some deep shit on
We are deep shit.
on this pod. But I mean, again, you look great. Happy birthday.
Thank you. More is more.
More is more. As I get closer to a milestone birthday, yeah.
Oh my. It's a milestone coming up.
It's coming. No. I mean, I've not hit the threshold, but I'm about to hit the almost threshold. 39. Like that's.
Oh, how fun.
Is it?
I'm
not freaked out
feel
about
like
40. What I've said this a couple of times. I feel like what is like after it's 37. 37 was great. But like 38, it's like basically what?
Meh.
Like I'm
basically there.
Like I'm careening towards 40. I feel like it would be easier to just be like, yeah, I'm 40, but I'm not,
No, you're in the twilight zone of
Yeah,
your late
30s.
I think every year gets better. I know every year gets better. And I'm also not a nostalgic gal. Like I don't like to look at old pictures. Does this surprise you about me?
A little bit.
Seriously? Yeah, like I think because I started the Evoke agency when I was 5 months pregnant with my first and then consequently had another at the very, very, very beginning. It was very chaotic and it was very, time moves so fast and it wasn't infinite. And so it's bittersweet to look back on it for me.
That's an interesting POV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I feel like I am nostalgic. I'm squarely millennial. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm like just holding on to whatever I can.
Throw out the pictures, Mom. I lived it already. Throw them out.
I don't need them.
Whatever I remember, I remember.
So I don't know if it was, I think it must have been. So recently Catherine O'Hara died. So I think it must have been an episode of Schitt's Creek where she was talking about like taking nude pics and like looking at yourself with kinder eyes.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I don't know. It's like it's coming out to as you're saying. It's sort of coming to the. I'm sure I botched every bit of that, and it might have been a real thing that she said versus as the character. But anyway, it's coming to mind about like we all. It is though like Fast and Furious, and then all of a sudden
It
You know,
is like
it's 10 years later and you're
you,
like, holy shit, how did that even happen?
you pack so much into those late 20s and mid to late 30s that it's like, why didn't we expand that out? Like new career, getting married, possibly graduating from an advancement of school,
Hmm.
having children. It happens in this really short window that unless you're through that, it's hard to understand how chaotic and quickly that goes, don't you
Yeah,
think? Yeah.
that's, yeah. I mean, as I'm in the thick of it. So
Yeah.
yeah,
So
it
bye,
must
all
be
your
nice on the,
babies.
yeah, I was gonna say, it must be nice on the other side.
Oh, this is beautiful.
Well, speaking of, the goings on, I mean, we obviously had the Super Bowl. The Olympics are happening.
Yeah.
Are you catching any of the game? I feel like it's happening, but I have no concept of it at all.
I have absolutely no idea what's going on. Haven't
Yeah.
watched a minute of it.
Like not even a second.
Not even a
Usually
second.
I like so okay, as I reflect on this,
Okay.
maybe I'm just like not a Winter Olympics person.
Yeah, I think that's me too. I
Yeah.
mean, I like to see like the luge, but that's like 5 seconds.
That's very niche.
It's
That's your
super niche.
category if you're
Well, I'm
gonna
always just incredibly anxious for them. Like
Yes,
one,
yes.
I say I like to watch it. I don't watch
You don't
it.
like to watch it. Yeah.
I don't like to watch it.
Yeah.
I think it's crazy.
Yeah. Well, because it is. I mean, it is, yeah, and
Oh,
particularly that.
no,
No, I
who
feel
does
like
it?
that's not true that I've not seen any of it. Not that I've wanted to,
Oh,
but I feel like
it's like I
I've
on.
no, not
No.
even that. I feel like it's always curling. Curling seems to find
Ugh.
me, and I don't want it to find me. But I feel like on social media, I've seen recently some
Oh.
videos of curlers. And then I feel like whatever sticks out of my brain about the Winter Olympics, it's like figure skating and curling, and
Yeah,
I want fuck
neither.
all to do with either of them.
No,
I
not a
don't want them.
thing.
Yeah.
Sorry to all you curlers and ice skaters and lugers out there.
I mean,
Luger,
yeah, ooh, that's a is
a
that
lugie, a
that
luja,
sounds great. Yeah,
kind
I
of like
mean,
loser.
it just feels so silly because yeah, I mean like and the artificial snow and the like it to
I
make
know,
it
and that
it's so I don't know. I feel like Summer Olympics is where it's at.
I'm
Curious to see how that goes. When we get to that, if we get to
yeah,
that.
yes.
See,
Are
it's
we gonna
happening
get
here in
there?
LA. It's like,
Oh boy,
oh.
that seems like a lot for
It
LA.
does. It does. It does. All right. Well, on that note, let's get into Obsessed or Over It,
Okay.
where we break down, where we react to product services, trends, decide if they're a hit, they're a miss. We're breaking down what's worth the hype, what isn't, giving our honest takes along the way. Follow along by checking the show notes or heading to our IG, where we'll be posting everything that we discuss. First up,
Mm-hmm.
again, I feel a little bit targeted. Tabbies.
Yeah,
Tabbies.
yeah, yeah.
So.
Explain to everyone what this is.
I mean, if we don't know what a tabby shoe is, it is the sort of like claw toe.
Mhm.
Like I think popularized by the Japanese. Eventually, Maison Margiela made it.
Elephants.
Elephants. Elephants have like toenails.
Don't
This
they
is
just have
like
two?
no, I
No,
think they
they
have. I
don't.
think they might have more. This is like it's like a deer,
Oh,
a
a deer. It's
goat,
like a deer. Yeah, it's a
like a
deer shoe.
cloven hoof. Is that a thing?
I
I feel
have
like
no
I might
idea.
just making stuff up.
I like it. Sounds pretty, but these shoes are not.
You're not into it. So
Absolutely not.
I, so I'm on the other end of this of I've loved them forever. I think
Mm.
that they are so interesting, but I know that they've become quite popular among a
Mm.
subset. And so now I'm like, am I over it because I'm a hater because I'm a hipster that liked them before they became really a
Yes.
big deal. I feel like that's what it is. So I'm maybe over it, but not for the same reasons as you are. You're just over it because you could never imagine yourself. No,
Never imagine
never.
myself
And you like a
trot.
stunt shoe. You like a,
I do. I'm a shoe gal, but
yeah.
trotting out of the house with these, literally.
I mean, as you say it like that, it does. I mean, I have a pair of like,
You do?
yes, but they're like sort of athletic ones.
Oh, that's even worse.
I mean, I'm all about it, but I think I'm over it because they
Yeah,
have
I
become
think
so much of
I'm
a
a
thing.
I'm a way,
They used
way
to be
over
like a
it.
signifier for like a cool,
Yeah, I mean it
elevated
was high
alt
fashion.
take. Yeah, but and
Yeah.
now it's certainly not because the internet democratizes everything. I don't know.
None of their
Okay, so we're
news.
over it. We're both over it. Okay, next up we've got
Okay.
Poppy Shirley Temple slash
Mhm.
just like prebiotic Shirley Temple. So Shirley Temples in particular have like really had a moment. All of the brands are doing their take on a Shirley Temple. Do you think that this is just because Gen Z is not drinking and they need
I think it is. I think cherries have also had a moment, at least for me personally. And I mean, it's nostalgia, which we're obviously into
yeah.
nostalgia branding. Um, I love a Shirley Temple.
Okay.
Love, like
Okay.
love. And I want to eat that cherry. I want to have like 10 of them in there. Just 10. Soaking and then choop, out it goes.
Honestly, I love a Shirley Temple too.
Yeah.
Who doesn't love a Shirley
I
Temple?
think you're savage if you don't. I mean,
So,
that's
but okay.
that's a core memory, that kind of thing.
Oh, for sure, especially as a kid. And okay, what I think we need to do, and we've said this a couple of times and not done it, so but let's do it. Let's
Okay.
order some
Okay.
Poppy prebiotic Shirley
Okay.
Temple soda and see if it's anywhere
Okay.
approximating what the magic of a Shirley Temple is. Because I'm with you. That maraschino cherry, like there's nothing better.
Is it even a cherry?
I
I
mean,
mean, it's in the
hard to say.
form of a cherry. How long has that cherry been sitting in that red
How
juice?
long has that alleged cherry, air quotes cherry?
Then
Because it's
in the juice since like the 50s.
hmm.
I'm gonna do some research into maraschino cherries because I don't think there's a competitor. I think there's like one brand that does it. Do
It's
you?
probably I couldn't name another one.
They're
So if
delicious.
it's not a subset of cherry, it must be that yeah, they are delicious. I love anyway,
And
I'm maybe
grenadine,
obsessed with it.
who doesn't love
Oh no, grenadine.
grenadine?
True. This
Is
is
it
true.
grenadine?
It's
Yeah,
I think
it's
so. I think you've
amazing.
got it. Yeah, so we're gonna need
Obsessed.
to like pause on whether we're
Okay.
obsessed or over it because we're both into the idea of it and
Yeah, we
maybe
are.
we'll be obsessed with the actual thing. So we'll circle back, but
Okay.
this I think we're both this is promising.
Promising. But you know how I feel about pro and probiotics. So I feel like this is just menagerie of all of the things together.
Yeah,
And yeah,
yeah.
we'll report back.
Yeah, I don't think a soda can possibly have any sort of valuable prebiotic, probiotic. Like
I
I think that's all
sounds
bullshit.
dangerous.
Yeah, that's it's yeah. It sounds like yeah, we won't say it. We won't say it. You
Okay,
can read between the
okay,
lines.
okay, yeah, yeah,
All right, last but not least, Cardi B, big couple of weeks. She was most recently at the Casita at the Super Bowl as part of Bad Bunny's performance,
yeah.
and then has kicked off her own world tour in support of I Am the Drama. And now she's got her own hair care line. So this
Yeah.
was like dropped on the heels of all of these major moments that she's having. The company is called Grow Good. What do
Hmm.
we think?
This is a really interesting name for Cardi B's hairline because I don't, it's like, right? Like grow
Well,
good beauty.
so
Like,
I
what's
mean I think
that?
what's interesting is Cardi B has been like on a hair
Yeah.
growth and protection journey for a number of years, and she documents this often in terms of like the homeopathic-ish, like organic hair masks and things that she does
Yeah.
to protect her hair. And so like there's definitely like an investment from her, obviously like financial, but like
Yeah.
it seems authentic. It's coming from like a real place. And you
Yeah.
know, the footage here is from like 2016. Um,
I like
but
that.
but it's such a saturated space.
Yeah.
So
This is what it says. It is Bronx born hair care, upgrading the classics with the latest science for booty length
mhm.
certified hair, founded by Ann Cardi B. So does that mean it is extension care? Obviously, wigs, extensions, right? If it's certified? Or is that like certified? Like
I think it might be
certified.
in the way that you're, yeah, because her hair that she wears up beneath
Is
the wigs is really
right.
long and thick, which she
Yeah,
always like when she's
right.
wearing it.
Okay.
So I think that's what she's getting at.
All right.
I find it generally dangerous to have, not dangerous, irresponsible maybe, for brands to promise things like growth when we know that it's so like I'm
We
curious
know
to
that
see
there's, yeah.
yeah. So like I'm wondering where we're going with this ultimately, but I'm
Okay.
curious. And I feel like Cardi is such a delight, like such a treasure.
She's out. She's her own woman.
So I wanted to succeed. So I'm coming up on the side of like I'm obsessed.
Okay. I am too. I want her to
Tentatively obsessed.
succeed. I think she literally speaks her mind and does her thing. And it's kind of
Mhm.
like, wow.
But I mean, she's
And
not harming anybody. Like I
no,
feel like she's not going to put something on the market that's going to
no,
be
she's not because she would have a damn opinion about it.
yeah, yeah.
She'd be vocal. So I'm sure it's
Yeah.
good.
It's just there's so much competition. So I'm curious how
But
it's
not with
gonna.
her built-in network of tens of millions. I mean,
That's fair, I guess. I
just
guess.
drop that right into the community. Boop, monetize.
Let's see what the strategy is.
Let's do that.
As we know more about Grow Good, we will be talking about it.
We
But as of
shall.
right now, it's sort of a teaser. So we'll see.
Okay, moving on. Today on Volume Up by the Teas, we're joined by Jill Buck, celebrity hairstylist, educator, and founder of Jill Buck Hair. With over 20 years in the industry and a career spanning 901 Salon, red carpets, television, and editorial, Jill has built a name rooted in creativity and connection. As Davines' North American color ambassador, she's also shaping the future of intentional, sustainable beauty. Can't wait for this one. Make sure you subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Teas, and send in questions to volumeup@theteas.com.
So, fun story. I mean,
Okay.
you and I have been in the business for a minute. Jill Buck is like one of the
Yeah.
very first sort of higher profile people that I met
Yes.
in real life. I went to, with a client, 901, almost a decade ago, to
Jeez.
do some educational content. And she was such a nice person, didn't need to be. So, anyway, I'm really looking forward to connecting with her today, all of these years later.
What a career.
But before we get there, let's talk about Tease Beauty News. These are things that are on our site. First up, I mean, this is really exciting to me because I'm Charlie XCX obsessed. The
Mhm.
article is called Rachel Lita Talks Prepping 40 Charlie XCX clones for A.G. Cook's Residue music video. For A.G. Cook's surreal hyper style music video featuring Charlie XCX and Kylie Jenner, hair wasn't an accessory. It was kind of the star. The video features at least 40 Charlie clones with their best brat hair, big, wavy, and black to promote the moment, Charlie's mockumentary. Celebrity and editorial hairstylist Rachel Lita was the hair lead and made this bonkers concept come to life with her team. We sat down with her to talk about the shoot, how it came together, how and where she sourced 40 plus wigs from, and much, much more. Head to thetease.com for our conversation. Uh, Kelly, are you
Yes.
into Brat?
No.
No, you're
I
over it.
mean, do I look into it?
Did you look into it? I mean, the video is I mean, again, in talking through, I can imagine how this was a sort of a chaotic
Oh, wow.
shoot.
I mean, 40 exact clones. I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's a pretty cool concept. I'll give you that for
Yeah.
sure.
And I mean, the way that it's cut is, if you guys haven't seen it and you should see it, like it's unclear which Charlie is Charlie
Yeah,
after a
that's
certain
cool.
point. And
Hmm.
then, yeah, there's that scene where they're all like crazily whipping their hair, which I can imagine would have been stressful as someone who had to install the wigs.
What if it whipped off?
Yeah, I mean, and we get into that in the interview. So again, go to thetease.com, check that out, and stream Residue.
Do it. All right, next, a look at Max Viva Glam's 4.5 million annual impact. For more than 30 years, Mac Viva Glam has stood for something bigger than beauty. Brand founders Frank Toscan and late Frank Angelo created the first Mac Viva Glam lipstick, which gave back 100% of the selling price to organizations supporting those living with or affected by HIV and AIDS in 1994. In those early days, funds mainly served local soup kitchens and homeless shelters. What visionaries. Last year, on Mac Viva Glam's 30th anniversary, the icon lipstick that gives back 100% expanded its mission to support equality and healthy futures for all in order to address some of the world's most pressing challenges. In addition to continuing its 3 decades long support for people impacted by HIV and AIDS, Viva Glam is now dedicated to driving equality across the following 4 philanthropic pillars: sexual equality, racial equality, gender equality, and environmental equality. Alongside the revamped platform, Mac Viva Glam was expanded to include more colors for additional causes, all with the new impactful names, a new silky matte finish, and a luxe new look. In fiscal 25, Mac's Viva Glam initiative generated 4.5 million in grants for 64 nonprofit organizations that provide HIV prevention and care, LGBTQIA+ youth support, maternal and perinatal health services, racial justice initiatives, and environmental sustainability efforts. Head to thetease.com to learn more about the initiative. Wow, that was a mouthful.
It
I mean,
was.
I remember back in the day when this started.
Mhm.
Wow, that puts me at a place in
I
history.
mean, it feels like it's always been the case. So it
Yeah,
surprises me that
so
it's
cool.
only 30 years. I'd like,
I
but
know
but
it's
kudos to them for doing it for 30 years. I mean, this is wild. At one
yeah.
point, I think that in the same report they reveal that they've raised almost, is it over a billion or half a billion?
Wow.
Half a billion
Okay.
dollars? I mean, it's crazy.
Incredible. Yeah.
It's just, and again, knowing what we know in terms of funding shrinking for a lot of this stuff, I mean, it's
Yes.
such an impressive feat. So shout out to Mac for making this happen. And yeah, I'm really excited that this was on the tees.
I think it's interesting to me too that just to bump in, that it's the selling price, right? Because
Mm.
sometimes it's the profits, and we all
Hmm.
know that profits
Hmm.
can vary. You can show a big profit or a tiny
Yep.
profit, but the
Yep.
selling price
Yeah.
is set. And so I
Yep.
think that's what's really special about it.
I
At
mean,
Mac.
does it make you want to go out and get a Viva Glam
Yeah,
lipstick right now? Yeah, I feel
100%.
like that's
Yes.
when I was seeing the
All
story.
of them.
That's yeah. I
Oh,
was
and
like,
I
oh,
have a bunch of them already. So
let's go. Let's get them to the next half billion.
let's do it.
Uh, Thank you so much to our contributors and our editors for this week's beauty news. And don't forget to check out more stories like these over on thetease.com. As always, we also have this week's top stories that you need to know about off of thetease.com, which why are you doing that? First up, let's talk quickly. This is a TikTok trend. Uh, Apparently, classic fragrances are not for grandma.
Yeah.
What do we
Yeah.
need to know
So,
about this?
yeah, I mean the leading quote is that they don't smell old. Grandmas have taste. Why do grandmas smell old? Like I don't like that, number one.
Yeah.
And it's classic fragrances like Chanel number 5. I'm just gonna throw in there Michael Kors, because I wore it.
Mhm, mhm.
And I love the start. It's like when I was a little girl in the 90s, I spent a lot of time hanging out at the home of an old woman named Alice, a distant relative who was like a second mother, and she had all of these incredible things: plush carpet, knickknacks, rich, spicy amber scents, and it was like signature her. And I think a couple episodes ago we talked about that signature fragrance, and there's still some. I remember this wonderful woman in my hometown, Renee Deemer, a good friend of my mom's, and I don't know exactly what the perfume is, but if somebody walked by me with it
You
on,
mhm,
immediately back to my childhood.
transported.
So
Yep.
I think let's pull back this quiet luxury, shall we?
Hmm. Hmm.
I
I'm
wonder what some of the other ones are.
yeah, I'm all about this. I think that it's just like a function of what we think of a grandma is
Yeah.
not. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't
Just
know.
like over the hill. Like we're just like grandma's you better
Yeah.
believe I'm be the coolest fucking grandma out there.
I'm sure you will be. I like a lot of the classic fragrance. I feel like, again, in terms of super saturation, there's so much competition in the fragrance
Yeah.
space. And I feel like there's something to things that have stood the test of time versus some of the like drops
Yeah.
by a celebrity with like a food scented something, which, like it makes me think of, I mean, you and I have been around. So like Jessica Simpson, when
Ah,
she
yeah.
was sort of diversifying her portfolio and got into fragrances and that
Yeah.
whole like the whipped like edible lotions and stuff.
That had a moment.
It did. But it felt like so of that time. And I'm sure that there were classic fragrances in that period that are now equally important in this day and age, whereas like the Jessica Simpson sort of fell off. And I'm thinking about like some of the Sabrina Carpenter
Uh-huh.
fragrances that like, yeah, maybe we do just
Mm,
want to look to
we want
smell
to
like
look
grandma.
back. Okay.
All right,
All
so
right.
there's that. Another one, flat brows.
Yeah. What's a flat brow, you ask? Well, Vogue is saying it's the next K-beauty trend. So, in like 10 years, it'll reach us over here in the United
Hmm.
States. And it has nothing to do with skin. It's essentially, imagine if you took a Sharpie, like a light Sharpie, and just
Hmm.
straight across. We're
Hmm.
talking no arch, no face framing, just a straight across brow. And, I think some people, maybe this is kind of their natural brow shape.
Yeah.
And I don't like an over exaggerated brow, but I do like the tip of my brow to match the iris of my eye because I think it
Hmm.
pulls you up. So, what are we
Hmm.
feeling about flat?
I mean, I think it's an interesting look.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you also know that I had like a bleach brow. Like I feel like it's fun to experiment with what your face shape can
Yeah.
become when you play
Yeah.
with your
Yes.
brow.
Agree. Agree.
I don't know that it's probably like universally flattering, but I
Yeah.
do know that this is certainly something that we're seeing more and more. So like the options that or the examples that they have in this Vogue piece are Ariana Grande, who like
Right.
famously messed with her brows. We've also got Odessa A'zion, Phoebe Devanor.
Yeah. She's stunning.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
and then
JC Oliveira. Oliveira. JC Oliveira, which I think that looks stunning on her, don't you? But again,
Yeah.
it's all face shape, right?
That's kind of what
It's
I'm
like not
getting
everybody, because if
at.
she had a really arched brow, I don't think it would match the sort of olive shape of her eyes. So
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we pulling this out of nowhere, Vogue?
I mean, it's definitely a thing that's happening, and I'm seeing it. I'm just it's more like it's like the skinny brow thing where it's like, well,
Yeah.
some
Ooh,
people can just definitely pull that off, and others have no business messing with
yeah.
it.
And here's the thing. What if you want that arch back and now
Well,
you go
that's the
over
thing.
plucked and like, ah,
I don't
no.
even think that like if I didn't have it, like
I know
I'm
you'd
just
have to like take, I think you don't want it that on me. I think I
yeah.
would look like a
I mean,
cartoon character.
I've definitely seen the trend of people just like shaving off the tips
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
extend, but I mean, I feel like yeah, I don't know. I have to see what would be
Yeah.
required to get me
Hmm.
to have a flat brow.
Maybe just pop that into AI and see what comes out.
I'd be scared. I'm also not trying to give it more of my face.
Uh-huh.
Okay. All right.
Okay. All right. Now stay tuned for our interview with Jill.
Jill Buck is a Los Angeles-based celebrity hairstylist, educator, and founder of Jill Buck Hair with over 20 years of industry experience. After beginning her career in Oregon and training in Las Vegas, she moved to LA in 2011 to join the renowned 901 Salon, where she built a high-profile celebrity clientele across red carpets, television, and editorial. In addition to her work behind the chair, Jill is a respected industry educator and was named Davines North America Color Ambassador, a leading honor recognizing her influence in professional hair color education. Her work reflects a commitment to creativity, connection, and intentional beauty. Jill, welcome to Volume Up. How's it going?
I'm good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
I'm so good. This is, I mean, we talked about it a little bit in the intro.
Yeah,
I met you in person, which is very rare for like these podcasts. It's like
I
infrequent,
know.
much more the exception to the rule, in
Yeah,
a different life. And I'm so excited to be able to connect with you now in this one. But let's, if we could, start at the beginning. How
sure.
did you first find your way to beauty?
To beauty, to the beauty world. Wow.
Yes.
Well, yeah, I do actually get asked this question a lot. I think still to this day our clients are curious, but
Hmm.
I genuinely was so lucky. I sort of fell into hair. I graduated early from high school. I did some
Hmm.
traveling. I was sort of soul searching a bit, and on a mission to support myself. And I found myself in beauty school. I was working several jobs, doing all the things. And as I was going through beauty school, I was like, I can do this. I can do this. I can make a really good living at this. And I can
Hmm.
have kind of like my top three goals was like, I wanted a career where I could be a mom. I wanted a career where I could travel. And then I wanted to be able to support myself. So I saw I could do it. So I went for it.
I mean, what foresight? I mean, spoiler, like you've done all of those things, which is
Yeah,
incredible. And we'll
for
get to as
sure.
many of them as we can. Um,
Sure.
Tell me, when did hair to start to feel a little bit less like a job and more like a calling? Because it has definitely become that for you.
Absolutely. Honestly, for me, it's and I say this all the time. It's less about the hair, it's about the people. And
Mm.
I just day after day connecting with the people in my chair. I've worked in three states, couple different
Mhm.
cities. Now I'm working everywhere, but I just found that each place I went, there was like just this kind of like general just like graciousness and gratefulness to like have the client in my chair. I'm
Mm.
grateful they're there and they're grateful to me that I'm willing to give them this service. And so I think it was the connection with people for me. And that hit really quickly. I would say once I kind of let go of like this is scary. I want to make sure I'm cutting a straight line. Or like, what am I doing with this formula? As soon as that kind of started to wear off, even honestly within the first year, I was like, wow, this is so much more than doing hair and even doing beauty, honestly.
Tell me about those early days. When you were first getting started, I mean, you mentioned you'd been doing this work in a couple of states,
Yeah.
ultimately, everywhere now.
Yeah.
Um, those early days, what were you learning? What were you being taught by? I mean, you just mentioned the
Yeah.
client was teaching you things, but I'm curious.
Sure. Yeah. I did beauty school in Las Vegas, and so instantly I was super grateful that I was exposed to all kinds of people, all ways and walks of life.
I can imagine.
That was and
Yeah, what was that like?
yeah, I mean, wild, right? Wild. I was so young too. I moved to Vegas and I was barely turning 18 years old. Was done by beauty school or done beauty school by the time I was 19.
Mm.
I didn't know what I was doing, honestly. So I think I was just from a small town in Oregon, and I was
Mhm.
just like ready to experience the world. So Vegas was very eye-opening, but I'm so grateful for it now with just learning like the skill behind the chair. I got to
Mm.
work on all types of textures of hair, which was like so like looking at it now, I'm so grateful. It was hard and scary and all the things, but I'm so glad that beauty school actually pushed me because I feel like that doesn't happen for a lot of people. I hear,
Mhm.
especially now, girls are literally just working on a doll head or they're working on their
Mhm.
friend or whatever. But one of my best friends, Rihanna Capri, she is co-owner of 901 where I work. She was in the beauty school with me and her and I would like braid for hours. Like we would just like learn to do and push ourselves as much as we could. And so actually meeting her there is ultimately then what took me to LA, like about 5 years later. It's kind of wild.
Wow. We weren't
Yeah.
expecting the origin story, but now we got it. So there's that.
Yeah. Yes.
That's kind of incredible.
Yeah. So
Uh,
we met in beauty school. I was like the really good student, you know, I like did was showed up on time and I like clocked in and did all my things and my station's all set up. I had like the special station, you know, and then
mhm.
Rihanna was just like this hurricane, this like whirlwind coming in, working nights, all the things, and we joke about it to this day. But yeah, we bonded instantly. And we both just wanted to be so good at our craft. I think that's
Mm.
what really instantly we were like, we're taking this as far and as high as we can go with it. And so we instantly bonded over that, even though we operate so different. I'm very type A, she's very type B, you know. So yeah, that's how I got started at 901.
Wow. 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 Taking us back to those, again, early days, like when you were sort of a baby stylist, if
Yeah,
you can put yourself in that mindset,
sure.
what were some things that you didn't know at the time that you wish you had known or someone had told you about sooner? I mean, you
Yeah,
talked a lot about like you did it for yourself, which is great, but I
sure.
mean, why? What was in it, in you that was like, I gotta try these things? What were the things that you were feeling like you were missing?
Honestly, I can answer this question a few ways. I think one is that it can kind of be like a career that's looked down upon a bit. And for
Mhm.
me, it really was. It was really, really difficult with my family for a while. I'm the only one that doesn't have a college degree.
Mhm.
Um, and it wasn't necessarily that they didn't support me in it, but just I think it was like more of like an insecurity in myself. So I think that really what I've learned, this industry is again like can be such an incredible career, and so I think it should not be looked at from younger people going into it as it can only be one way, right? It can
Mhm.
only fit in a certain box. Like there's just so many things you can do with this career, and I think I wish I could have told myself that. I think I saw the potential, but yeah, I really had to push for so many different things and opportunities. Um, Telling myself, and I tell my children this all the time, like meeting everybody in every room that you're in,
Mm.
like your connections and your people that are around you. There's so much power in those connections, and I wish I would have been a little bit more pushed out of my circle a little bit more
Mm.
when I was younger.
Mm.
And the third thing I would say to that, sorry, I have a lot of
No,
responses
no, no. This is
questions.
incredible.
My third thing to this is, and I actually did this, but again, I tell this to younger stylists, is invest.
Mm.
That whether this is like something small that you do or you figure out, I just happen to be really interested in like in the stock market. I was really
Mm.
interested in real estate and all that. So I was fortunate that I did invest early. And it helped me open up so many other paths for doing even sort of the celebrity work, to be honest, because there's a lot of
Mm.
times you just have to kind of say yes to everything. But just investing, and I can elaborate on that later. But I would say those are the main things I'd tell myself.
Okay. I mean, we might have to sort of circle back to the investment bit because
For
people
sure.
often talk on this pod like invest in your education, but you mean something a little bit different.
No,
So
I'm talking about money.
yeah, we
We
got
don't
it.
get 401ks. We don't get like our
Hmm.
business doesn't even talk about it, to be honest. So
Hmm.
it honestly, I bought my first house at 20 years old, and then I think since then I've owned like five, and so it has really, really given me opportunity to have other other avenues then where I can choose with my career rather than being like, I had to bust my butt in salon because your paycheck comes the day that you do hair. That's it.
Mhm.
Right. So,
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm so glad that you said this. We will circle back to that. I do
Okay.
want to talk a little bit about the sort of artistry of it all, the
Sure.
storytelling aspect.
Sure.
When did you feel tapped into that as part of your work? That it was a vehicle for like self-expression? Because you're so known for it now. But again, early
Mhm.
days, was it a clear connection or was it something that came with time? I'm curious about that.
Yeah, I love this question. I would say almost kind of as soon as Pinterest got big. How long ago was
Mhm.
that? I don't even really know, but Pinterest
Let's
opened
not
up
date
this.
ourselves.
I know, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't know when that was, but Pinterest opened up a world of opportunity to me, and I still will do this for clientele. I do like storyboarding for
Mm.
clientele, and it really started working in LA because you do work with a lot of actors, models, whatever, and
Mhm.
you're kind of given, if it's an actor, you're kind of given, a thing like I'm supposed to look like this. So then it's like, okay, how can I take my creative approach to that? Knowing you're still a person, like, yes, you're an actor, actress, whatever. What's still going to be the best fit for you? And that's where it's like you're creating a character, but this
Mhm.
person looks a certain way. And it's the same thing for me when we're in consultations with our clients. Okay. So I have a doctor in my chair, right? Like I have to creatively be able to connect those dots for her so that she feels her best, but then she's
Mhm.
still a professional, right? Or then you have someone who is an artist and they can wear pink hair if they want or whatever the
Mhm.
case may be. So I think it's really like down to the person is when I saw and realized like it's my job to bring out the best in them in an artistic way.
Mm. So, in terms of bringing out their best,
Mhm.
sometimes I feel like it maybe be in conflict, like with what your own aesthetic is. Is that the case? Is it not? Do you feel like clients naturally sort of fit into, or does your aesthetic become what they're interested in? How does that
Yeah.
dynamic work?
Yeah, I think that there is a good partnership and relationship with it. And the
Mm.
more that you build your clientele, the more you're going to see that they're coming to you for your expertise and
Mhm.
for your aesthetic. And that to me is where Instagram is such a powerful tool. And I tell people, post the work you want to do, post it.
Mm.
Like, if you
Mm.
don't want to work a wedding, don't post that you did it. Like that is
Exactly.
definitely how you're going to curate what's in your chair. And then I also think that there's so much to be said about the consultation and how important it is, where it's like, if there's a client in my chair and it's not a good fit aesthetically, that's
Mhm.
okay. That is totally okay.
Mm. Do you feel like you have a style?
Yeah, I very much do. And I think because us like West Coast girls,
Uh-huh. Okay.
we have a style
What's
compared
that?
to,
I'm a West Coaster, so I feel like I've got a sense.
yeah.
But for
So yeah.
listeners, yeah, what would you say that style is?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like West Coast California vibes dates back to almost forever, right? Like picture the 70s in
Mhm.
California versus picturing them in New York City and those different things. Like I think that culturally we sort of create these branded images in a sense, and
Mhm.
we all gravitate, we all live where we want to live, right? Like because of culture, because of influence and all those different things, lifestyle essentially. So ultimately, yeah, I think it's my aesthetic is very much that Cali girl, lived in hair.
Mhm.
I love a good editorial push now and then, but my bread and butter is going to be lived in, beautiful, casual hair.
So, I mean, you talked about the move to
Yeah.
LA. It was a big deal. The early days of 901, which is
Yeah.
such a iconic place, I think, in our industry, and
Mhm.
particularly for people in my age group. I mean, inescapable. I mean, you were there at the ground days. So, talk to me
Yeah.
what that experience was like in terms of
Yeah.
seeing it build and again the clientele that you were able to secure. It's
Mhm.
crazy when you think about
Yeah.
it. But what was it like living it?
Yeah. Honestly, I don't even think we knew it was happening, to be
Okay.
honest. I think
Okay.
that Nikki and Rihanna did a really good job very early on. They just kind of like ripped the band-aid off and went for it. And
Hmm.
then I joined in at about, I want to say it was about year 3, I joined in. And they were so good again about the connections. We were always hosting something. We had events, we were doing salon photo shoots. Like everything was done in-house and with our team. And so I think that that was such a huge reason why 901 took on this brand, it took on this feel. And yeah, and I got to be a part of all that happening. And I think it just was happening. I think we were like, this is going on, this going on, but it was very, very real life for us. There was nothing that I felt like we were like stretching to try to do, or nothing felt like it wasn't organic or naturally happening. And because of that, I honestly think it's why we keep our clientele. I think that they can feel that and sense that. Especially, our VIP celebrity clientele that has been with us forever. And then I would say the other thing with that too is because we're so like kind of community team oriented. One of like our rule of thumbs is like almost like three stylists per celeb that we work with. So that again, it's a unit. We try to move together and kind of keep that brand and that aesthetic going.
That makes total sense. I'm curious. I mean, you refer to the happening red carpet appearances, television, editorial, like so many different things. And these clients that you and others at the team have had for a lot of years, which is a testament. I mean, it means something.
For sure.
What have you enjoyed most over the years in terms of some of these opportunities that you've participated in?
Oh my gosh, that's a hard question. There's so many incredible things. Like sometimes when I think like, wait, I'm a hairstylist and I get to go and participate in some of these things, I'm like, how is that happening? And it was something that I had hoped that would happen, but never in my wildest dreams did I imagine. I've been all over the world with my clients. And again, I think like going back to your last question where like our girls grew, like they were young Hollywood at one point, but their careers kept growing and we got to grow with them. And in that, the experiences that they took us with them on their press tours, all over the world. And it just, I feel so grateful for that. And I think, again, it all circles back to that authenticity and that connection with your clientele and really cultivating, an aesthetic and a brand that is just sort of real, as real as you can be.
How do you manage to maintain that, like that sense of groundedness and connection when you are, far flung across the world doing these crazy appearances, sometimes back to back to back with, your client? How do you stay
Sure.
with it? How do you stay energized too?
I mean, again, great question. It gets harder the older you get, that's for
Sure.
sure. But I am super mindful about, trying to eat healthy and exercise no matter where I am. So if I'm in a hotel, I'm trying to find a gym, right? It's those simple things like as a hairstylist where your job is so physical. So taking care of your body is a big one. And then the emotional side of it for me, I mean, honestly, like I'm so grounded in my faith. And I think that for me, that's what I always circle back to when I do have those challenges or those hard times, or sometimes on Instagram, when you see something so negative and you just want to snap back, it's literally as simple as if if you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all. Right. Like those morals that we just have in us, like that is where I just feel like sometimes it gets a little bit lost. And so I'm not a perfect person and I get angry and I do the thing, all the things, but it's like always trying to stay grounded. And then, so no matter where I am and who I'm interacting with, I can show them kindness and respect.
Mm, I think an important reminder for the trying sort of times that we're finding ourselves in at the moment. So that's a
Absolutely.
solid gem that I think can land with everybody. Something that you touched on, which I wasn't expecting in terms of longevity, was investment. But I am curious, like your POV, because you've had a career for a while, and I don't mean to date you, but
Yeah.
this is a successful thing. Like we should
No, for sure.
champion people that have been around for a moment.
I know.
So. And what do you sort of chalk that up to in terms of longevity? Like, how much time are you putting? Like, where does it boil down to? If it can be
Yeah.
boiled down to something that you can share.
Sure, sure. If it can be boiled down to something, I honestly think it's work ethic. I sacrifice a lot of time from my kids and my family and my husband, and I'm so grateful for their support. I need to work. It's not that, I mean, I want to work, but I also need to work. And so I feel like, and I hope that my kids see this, that when I do choose to go and work, it's because it's high value to all of us, right? I'm doing
Mhm.
this as a collaborative effort for our family.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's challenging. It's a big sacrifice. And I definitely see some of the, I wouldn't even say necessarily the younger generation, but I guess just certain stylists where it's just, maybe it's a Saturday and you get a last minute something, and it's like, I don't know, I just don't really feel like, schlepping it down into West Hollywood or whatever it is. And so you set yourself apart very quickly. And then it gets to the point where now I'm coming full circle where I'm like, whoa, I need to create a little boundary in myself
Mhm.
where I'm so used to saying yes to everything and I want to say yes to everything. But then I'm like, gosh, I need to like also value some family time right now or whatever it
Mhm.
is. So it's this push and pull, but so much of it in the beginning stages of a career is being willing to do it and not being afraid to do something that like I've never done before. It's just learn it, figure it out, Google it, YouTube it, whatever it takes to kind of make it happen.
Uh, Beautiful segue into, I mean, again, you're in this position now in your career where you're able to be a little bit more selective.
Yeah.
And part of that has been your partnership with Davines. So I'm
Yeah.
curious, where did the relationship begin?
Okay.
Let's start
Yeah.
there. Let's start there. Let's just do
I
that.
love that. I love that. My connection with Davines, and this is so Davines-ish,
I
is
can't
my
wait.
connection with a person, Danielle
Mm,
Dean. Her and I had just kind of been friends for about a year. We connected over the fact that we were working moms with teenage boys. We're laughing about how we handle this, how they think, it's hilarious what we do,
mhm,
and all these things. So we connected, and she is a VP with Davines. She's on the North America Brooklyn team. She kind of was like, hey, I'm going to send you some product. Like, this feels like a brand that falls in line with the values that you have and
mhm,
just kind of your way of life. And I was like, oh, like, I feel slammed. Like, I don't know that like brand work is what I'm looking for. And she's like, no, no, no. It's not about the brand work. I genuinely just want you to try this brand. So I was
mhm,
like, cool. So I started playing with it and I started researching more about it, learning about it. They invited me on a trip to the Dominican where it's called The Gathering. And it's literally just to be connecting with people, learning about the sustainability of this brand. It's a B corporation. I mean, I could go on and on and on
mhm,
about like how incredible the brand, the thought process is. It's a family owned company. And I mean, I drank the Kool-Aid like that. I was
mhm.
like, this is incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And it's so far beyond hair for me. And where I'm at in my career, I've been doing it for 23 years. I am so all about the mission of the brand. Like set the color aside, set the
Mhm.
products aside of like how they actually perform. It's what's behind it and why I'm willing to do whatever it takes to incorporate this into my life and these practices into my life. So that's how it all started.
I love that. I love that. I mean, Davines is having such a moment. I think that it's so long
It's
overdue. They've been
amazing.
at the forefront of so much of what you just said from the beginning.
Totally.
So it's nice to see
Yep,
the industry catching up.
absolutely.
But love that
Yes,
they've been
absolutely.
leading. Talk to me about the color. So you sort of dance around this. I mean, you are the
Yep.
Davines North America color ambassador, and this is, I think, well, very much related to the work that we've talked about over, the
Mhm.
past couple of decades. You are
Yep.
known for really impactful transformations for your
Mhm.
clients. So what is it like working with Davines Color?
Yeah, it's amazing. I think that it's something that for me has been a missing tool in my kit. You have clients who again have been more on the forefront of living sustainable lives,
Mhm.
wanting cleaner products. We just happen to be in a moment in that of our culture as a whole. But yeah, like you said, they've been doing this, and I'm like, I wish I had this 10 years ago. Like, I
Yep.
wish for my own health I had this 10 years ago, right? I'm like, I don't even want to know the amount of ammonia I breathed or whatever. I'll deal with that later, right?
Mhm.
But if like starting as a young stylist and knowing like I was in that generation where you didn't wear gloves.
Yeah.
Like, I mean,
Yeah.
the amount of stains and like
Yeah.
the amount of then like steroid cream I had to use on my hand, it just was like bad and more bad.
Mhm.
So one, what's in this product is absolutely like it's groundbreaking, completely different technology than anyone else is doing. And then second to that, it performs like it absolutely performs like nothing else I have tried before. And so once Danielle had sent it to me and I was playing with it, I was like, okay, like, you know, because natural color doesn't get the best rap. It really
Yes.
doesn't.
And
And
why is that? I mean, let's not talk. This is not Davines. With Davines,
yeah,
we understand. Like they figured it
yeah,
out. But what are some
they
of the
did.
things that people have said about natural color that you can
That
recall?
it doesn't work. That's exactly it. And they're like,
That's pretty
they're
basic.
like,
Yeah, yeah,
what? Yeah. And they're like, and then even if it does, what am I doing? Slapping henna on my head that will
yeah.
never come out, you know, kind of a thing. So that it's just not a tool that a stylist can use every, you know, every day behind the chair.
Yeah.
That is my biggest complaint from stuff that I have tried in the past. And then what anyone knew, they're like, I don't know, natural. But you know, you think so many more like, you know, just when we have like pregnant women in our chairs, we have people with allergies more than ever. Do we have people with allergies now?
Mhm.
And so it's just such an easy, like, we don't even have to worry about that, you know? Like, what a breath of fresh air for me as a hairstylist, where then I'm not trying 14 different formulations and things like that to get it for maybe the two clients that have a horrible allergy or whatever it is, you know?
Mhm.
Because it
Mhm.
isn't that common. But I feel like it's the same thing that I think about like recycling in your home. You don't have to. You can chuck everything in a waste bin, right? But we choose to because we hope
Mhm.
that there's a bigger, better purpose behind it. And that's the same thing that I feel like with Davines.
Ugh, I love that. Talk to me if you could a little bit about results. I mean, again, you're known for your
Mm-hmm.
work in terms of color, and this is why you've been named the North America Color Ambassador. What can you expect? I mean, a stylist that's not familiar with Davines color, like what do they need to know? Obviously, it works, but talk to me
Yeah.
about it.
So Davines launched the Present Time, which is an alkaline toner, which is to me like the icing on the cake for this whole package. There's non-ammonia color, there's the mask that has very, very low ammonia and it's done without getting too scientific. It's done and treated much differently than other brands. Then you have your acidic toners. And then now we have an alkaline based toner, which is absolutely incredible. It has great blending options to it with 7 and 15 volume. This was the color line that roped me in. I
Mm.
use it to tap and soften out and smudge out my blondes. And I was just like, holy moly, like this is insane. It was so beautiful. Even the assistants that I was working with, they were like, wait, this isn't the normal stuff that we always use, you know? And
Mhm.
so instantly everyone could visually see a difference in it. And
Mm.
I'm not a scientist. I don't know it, but I don't know if it's because of the ingredients that it gives like such a like more real finish. I don't know. I don't
Mm.
know how else to explain it other than like just this trained eye when you're seeing it, you're like, "Oh my gosh, I don't need to worry about trying to like, oh, soften that line or do this or
Mm.
do it just does it. It's like magic."
Mm. Uh, pretty glowing.
Yeah.
Okay, we love that.
Yeah.
Talk to me if you could about their latest, the Beautiful Things hair care line.
Yeah.
What in, being introduced to it, what has stood out to you?
hmm Um, this wild fact that there are stem cells from olive trees in it.
Pretty
I
cool.
feel
Pretty
like,
cool.
wait, what?
Yeah, what?
No, honestly, what has stood out is, I mean, using it is absolutely amazing. I did an entire day in the salon with we had different guests in, and just I got to see it on all different color treated hair, non-color treated hair,
Mhm.
extensions, like all the different things and watching it work. But it's just amazing to have a tool like that, that again is natural. It's also biodegradable, which
Mhm.
I didn't touch on before, but Davines is even thinking full circle of like what's going down the drain in a
Mhm.
salon, which is incredible. But yes, and it has biomimetic filler in it, which again is this Davines patented system that they put so much energy and so much effort into everything they create. I've
Mhm.
met some of the scientists, I've toured the lab. Like I just feel like they go above and beyond. And this treatment now it's salon based, but you can have the take home leave-in, and then at salon there's a two-step system with it too. So it's amazing.
Wow, 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 wow. Talk to me about the sort of like sensory experience because Davines is known for, as you said, I
Yeah.
mean, they're thinking so far beyond the
Yeah.
immediate.
Yeah.
But yeah, like what is it like to actually use beautiful things?
I mean, I'm pretty sure. So at 901, we have kind of like our VIP room, and that's
Hmm.
where actually Juliana and I were in there for the day, and we kept having people pop in. I'm pretty sure it was the smell of how incredible this product was that kept bringing
Hmm.
them in there. And they're like, oh, can I snag this? Can I take that? And same thing then when I work on the main floor, anytime I'm using any of the Davines product, it like it radiates through the salon, and I will have clients from 4 chairs away be like, what's she spraying? Like,
What's that?
because it has the most unique sense and experiences to it. And I love that it's like this clean packaging. Like, it's just pretty. Like, it looks pretty on my station. Usually I leave everything off of my station, but I
Mhm.
leave that product on there. They do a really, really good job of looking at the whole picture and what that experience is for the client, from the smells to the textures, even the color. Like, it has the coolest smell to it.
Wild, wild. So for the Beautiful Things hair care line, I mean, you mentioned that it's a treatment. So behind the
Mhm.
chair, how are people using it? So if they're maybe not familiar with it, like
Sure.
what are the components? How does it work?
Yeah. So for me, how I'm using it in salon is it's a pre-color treatment. So any color service that I'm doing, it helps just remove like the toxins in the hair, metal buildup, all of that. So for me as a colorist, it's been such an added tool where I just feel like I'm getting a cleaner palette when I work. And what's so cool is it's instant. It's not adding
Mm-hmm.
any time in my chair. I don't have to like let it go sit for 20 minutes or anything. You spray it in. I color right over the top of it, and I finish with a shampoo, a chelating shampoo at the shampoo bowl, and then the leave-in. And it's been the easiest. Just flows right into my day. It's been amazing. So typically that's what I would do, and then I would send the leave-in mask home
Hmm.
with my clients and just tell them to use it kind of at their discretion a little bit. You can really like feel it in like it just feels so good and soft in the hair. And I don't think anything should be overused just because we're trying to sell more product. I That drives me crazy. So I really feel like a client knows when their hair is like, ugh, it needs something else. So
Hmm.
whether that be after every wash for the first month, great, so be it, do that. And then it moves to after every couple washes after that, then even better, it's doing its job.
Incredible. I mean, I feel like I want a treatment. I feel like I'm not
Yeah,
necessarily
you
the
should.
right person, but I'm like, you've sold me.
It smell, you just want to like rub it on your body too. It smells so good.
Talk to me about, I mean, we've mentioned this a couple of times in terms of Davines' commitment to intentional and sustainable beauty. They've been at the vanguard of it. Do you
Mhm.
feel like, I mean, you've seen the evolution from consumers, like this is
Sure.
something that they're wanting and requesting, demanding even more and more of? Or do you think that
Yeah.
it's still behind? Like, where are you finding sort of clients at this point?
Yeah. I think there's both. And I think that I always circle it back to it's harder to be sustainable. It's
Mm.
harder to eat clean. It's more expensive, right? All these things.
Mhm.
So at the end of the day, it really is a choice. And so I think at Davines, what they're trying to cultivate, and you'll see so many of like their beautiful videos and stuff. It's about a lifestyle. They're literally not like it's not about the product and whoosh, look at what my hair
Yeah.
did. And it's literally like when I water this plant, see what happens. Like it's just so much deeper than that. And so I find that I think I would say 30s and older, maybe because they can afford it. Maybe it's just, I don't know. We're just more mature, right?
Mhm.
They're craving it and looking for it in everything. Picking up a bottle, B Corporation, picking what's kind of a water source is this? All those different things. So I really think it's dependent on the client and how much they're wanting to really work harder to incorporate
Mhm.
kind of this into their lives.
So for young stylists, again, so much of this pod is to people at all different aspects of the spectrum
Mhm.
of their career, but
Yeah,
the young
totally.
ones that are not necessarily familiar with
Yeah.
Davines,
Yeah.
what do you think that they need to know? Why should they consider, making the switch or
Yeah.
making that investment and sort of baby stepping their way to having, the complete line? What do you think?
Yeah. I think for younger stylists, the results that they're going to get from this is it's easy. I don't know what it is, but like I've used a lot of color lines and this one is
Hmm.
just easy. It just says what it does. What it says it's going to do is what it
Hmm.
does. And I love that so much, especially when I'm out educating and I can be like, I don't need to add filler color into this because I'm worried that it's going to result like this or whatever. Like I haven't had those issues at all with this color line. So that's number one. And number two, for the longevity of their career, for their health and all the things, like without too much TMI, I have been had a lot of tests done in my time, like
Hmm.
lots of scares, lots of things like that. A lot of good friends, just, a lot of my friends wanting to get pregnant. They struggle with getting pregnant early, they struggle getting pregnant later on in life. I don't know if it's because we're around so much chemicals, but I know it's common with hairstylists. And
Yep.
so if you strip everything away and what you can really think about is your body as a younger hairstylist, working out, staying strong, eating healthy, and then using a clean color line, huge for your career.
Uh, Jill, what excites you most about the future of working with Davines, knowing, I mean, like again, you've already been exposed to some of the new product innovation but like
Mhm.
without giving away too much, what's
Yeah,
exciting you
sure.
about a
Yeah.
continued partnership?
This is an easy answer for me because I got a tiny little taste of it. I got to do color in Italy with some of
Mm.
the team from the showcase artists, and I had no business being there. I felt so grateful to be a part of it. But these artists are incredible. They're from all over the world. It was kind of funny. They kept being like, "Oh, I like your accent," and I'm like, "What?"
What accent?
Don't usually get called out as having an accent, but I was definitely the odd man in the room and I
Mm.
was just like soaking it up. I was like, it was so cool to see how other artists work. And so now I just feel like what Davines is going to do for me, and hopefully I return the favor, but just like expand this world of hair, like literally globally. Like I just love that all these artists, they all care about the same things and it kind of just unites us worldly together. So that's what I'm the most excited for.
Oh, I love that. When you're looking back, I mean, 23 years in the future, and you're looking back at this time, what do you hope sort of stands out? What this chapter will, have represented for you?
Yeah. I hope that it represents change, actually, like just change in the industry. Change in the sense of like it's gonna be elevated and it might be more expensive, but it's worth it. All these changes, all these things that we implement into our life. Like I literally will say that Davines makes me a better person, like at home, like the grocery bags that I think about bringing to the grocery store, the
Mhm.
decomposable anything that I can have. And so I already know for me this last year was definitely going to represent a year of change for me.
Oh, and I think we could all benefit from some positive
Yeah.
change. So,
Yeah.
one reminder before we get into our quick takes, that
Sure.
you want to leave for, again, emerging stylists, the baby stylist, somebody's just getting started.
Yeah.
When you're thinking about, again, Jill getting started, what is something you wish you had known that you can impart to some newbies now?
Yeah. I say this a lot that you, as a hairstylist, you're a CEO. You're the CEO of your own journey, of your own career. And to not let sort of, I don't know, intimidations limit you in your
Hmm.
career. Like I really kind of wish I would have been more confident, honestly, as a younger stylist to see there is so much potential out there. And there's more people in this world than we can ever tackle as an individual hairstylist. So the opportunity is literally endless. And I
Hmm.
don't know that there's a ton of careers out there that can say that. So coming in with a humble heart, always being willing to learn, spreading your kindness. And we really do have a big influence with those clients in our chair. So being kind and just giving them the best experience that we can give them.
Oh, solid. Beautiful. Perfect. All right, look, let's do our quick takes and then we'll let you get back to running the world, back to your clients, all of the things.
Okay.
Let's do it. These are the questions we ask of all of our guests, so try not to think about it for too long. And
Got
let's
it.
just get started.
Okay.
If you could instantly master one skill, what would it be? Does not need to be hair related. Any skill.
Free diving.
Oh, okay.
It's a part of the world I have a hard time exploring, and I want to see it all.
Okay. That tracks based on the
So
short time of
random,
getting to
but
know you.
free
No.
diving.
That feels right. That feels right. Of course you would be free diving. Why not? What is your current go-to song or album?
Oh, I've been doing a lot of Teddy swims. Is
Okay.
that what it is? Right?
Yeah.
Did I say that
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I've been doing a lot of Alex Warren, like just kind of like some jams.
Perfect. Perfect. Nope, that's
Some
great.
jams.
What is a haircut or color trend that you're secretly, or maybe not so secretly, obsessed with right now?
I mean, I'm always obsessed with a lived-in blonde. Something about a girl on a skateboard in the 70s with
Mhm.
like her beachy, beautiful hair. Obsessed. Always obsessed with that. I mean, I think I hope to see that color for the rest of my life
Mm. Mm.
be happening.
Yeah. I mean, back to what is your style? There we go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect. If you could do a dream celebrity client's hair for a day, who would it be and what would you do? And obviously you've worked with a ton, so it's more like who haven't you worked with? What would you do with them?
Well, there's actually a lot that I would love to work with. However, I always answer this question with David and Victoria Beckham.
Okay.
Because when I was first getting started in hair, they were like the icons of hair.
They
Like,
were.
and
Yep.
I would want to do both of them.
Okay.
Do something they've never had before, which
Okay.
would be very challenging.
I was gonna say, they've really
Very
run the
challenging.
gamut. So
Yeah.
if anybody could do it, it'd be you.
Yeah.
Okay. Last question. What is a tiny thing that made you smile this week?
I love that. Oh my gosh, so many things. My older son and I went on a college visit. He's trying to
Oh.
decide what his future is, and he had a great experience at a campus and gave me a huge smile on my face. But
Ugh. Ugh.
honestly, lots of things.
Okay. Well, we love that for you.
Yeah,
Either kid thinking about going into hair?
nope, neither want to do hair, both
All right.
business
Well,
oriented. Yeah.
okay.
So maybe they'll run my hair accessory company for
There you
me.
go. There you go.
That's what I'm
Beautiful.
banking on. I need some.
Okay. Well, on that note, before we let you go, if people are not already following you, and don't know where to find you, where should they go? Let's plug everything, and we'll include everything, of course, in the show notes.
Okay, amazing. Instagram at Jill Buck Hair. TikTok, I can barely function on that platform, but it's Jill Inc. there. But again, it's barely hair, it's silly things. And then my hair accessory company is Jill Buck Hair Accessories and jillbuckhair.com. You can find amazing information about Daviness Color at Daviness Color on Instagram and also Daviness North America.
Okay. We did it. Thank you so much.
Did it. Thank you, Jeffrey.
All right, Jeff. She's kind of a legend. Like she's a
Yeah.
superstar, has been for
Does
many,
it all.
many, and such a gentle, kind soul, which,
Mhm.
I love. All right. Be sure to hit subscribe, rate, and review, and follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Read the Tease, and send in questions to volumeup@thetease.com.
Volume Up is a Tease Media production. This episode was produced by Monica Hickey and Madeline Hickey. James Orbach is our editor and audio engineer. Thank you to our creative team for the custom Volume Up theme song and for putting together the graphics and videos for this episode.